Hello? Hello?
No, no.
Hello, can you hear
¿Es el
me?
inglés? Digo el inglés, el internet.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
What about you?
I'm good, thank you. It's lovely to meet you. My name's Lauren.
Could you repeat?
So it's lovely to meet you. My name's Lauren.
Okay, Lauren.
Yes. Okay. So what did you want to talk about today?
We could to have a free conversation, maybe.
Okay, fantastic. So we'll start with a free conversation so I can work out sort of
Sorry,
where.
I want asking. Like, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Yeah, where are you from?
So I'm from Manchester in England.
Okay.
Yes, but I live in
Well,
Thailand currently.
okay.
Yes.
I asked this because I listen your accent.
Mhm. Okay. So
Mhm.
can you tell that I'm from Manchester?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So uh to start with, why don't you introduce yourself? So tell me a little bit about you, what you do, what you like, and then we can start a conversation from there.
Okay, my name is Juan. I'm from Mexico.
Hmm.
I have been studying English for almost 2 months.
Hmm.
I'm a software engineer,
Yeah.
and I'm learning the language because I want to improve my level in this language, and
Hmm.
I I wish to change my current job in the future, maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm 33 years old. I'm married. I'm
Okay.
living in Nuevo León. It's a state from Mexico,
Hmm.
in the border
Right.
next to the U.S.
Okay. Fantastic. And
Close to, yeah.
what about in your free time? So what do you like to do when you're not working?
When you what?
So what do you like to do in your
When
free time?
okay, when I am not working. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Usually, I start with my job, or
Mhm.
I start at work at 8
Mhm.
a.m. in the morning.
Mhm.
I leave my work at 6 p.m.
Mhm.
and my free time. Um, Usually I study or watch videos or movies or TV shows. Um, yeah, or I go outside with my pets, but just sometimes.
Okay. Fantastic. So you said you might want to change your job in the future. What would you look to do? So what would you like to do instead?
Could you repeat the question, please, slowly, if you
Yes.
could?
So you said you'd like to change your job in the
Mm-hmm.
future. What would you like to do?
Uh, I want actually I want to change my current job because I want to earn more money.
Mhm.
I think I have experience that, and I could to earn more money for
Mhm.
my experience. But in Mexico, I couldn't, and I think if I speak English, I will have more opportunities maybe with companies outside or yeah, outside from Mexico.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So, where in Mexico did you say you're from?
Well said.
So where in Mexico are you from?
Where?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have been living here in Monterrey, Nuevo León.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the border,
Mm-hmm.
close to the US, close to
Yeah.
Texas.
Okay.
Texas in
Yes.
the US. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So I spent 4 months in Mexico earlier this year, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get the opportunity to go to Monterrey, but I want to in the future.
Ah, okay, okay. In the future.
Yes. So I was in Mexico for 4 months, but mainly in around the middle of Mexico.
Okay, in
Um,
Mexico City.
so I did Mexico City, um, Cancun, Tulum, Isla
Okay.
Mujeres, Holbox, um, Oaxaca, Puerto Escondido, uh,
Wow.
Guadalajara, Puerto
Okay.
Vallarta, and Sayulita.
You know too many places from Mexico.
So we were there for a long time. Like I say, we were there for 4 months. So traveled as much as we could.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yes, it was. It was. I think it's a fantastic country, and I made lots of really good friends there. So I know I will be back at some point, definitely.
Yeah, we wish to know Hallbox because we never been there.
Hmm.
Yeah, never been there. Yeah,
It's
we wish.
very beautiful. So one of the most beautiful places that I have ever been. It was
Wow. We
incredible.
we know Cancun, Tulum,
Hmm.
Isla Mujeres, but Hallbox, no.
Yeah, so I would advise go there. Cancun and Tulum is very American there. I did not enjoy as much because when I'm in a different country, I want to feel like I want to feel like I'm in Mexico. Whereas in I could be in America. I think Cancun looks like Miami in Florida. So I
Yeah,
think,
something like that.
and they use dollars everywhere. So in lots of places, they don't accept pesos, they only accept dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and very expensive as well compared to the rest of Mexico. Cancun and Tulum are very expensive.
Exactly. Maybe X is other place
Hmm.
very expensive in Mexico
Hmm.
is Los Cabos,
Oh yes,
maybe.
yeah, I think Cabos is also more expensive because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Americans go there. So I go to places where not as many Americans.
And when you were here, is
Hmm.
correct that question?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
If you when you were here in Mexico,
Hmm.
uh, did you learn some Spanish words?
So I already know a little Spanish,
Okay.
um, but I learned Spain Spanish, not Mexican Spanish. So sometimes I would get corrected. So like, um, say when we first arrived, our taxi driver would say, "How long is the flight from England?" And I would say, "Oh, 11 12 horas," because that's how they would say it in Spain. But he said, "Oh, in Mexico we would say once or doce." So in Spain they do the so once, whereas in Mexico you say the se. So they would correct me, but they knew what I meant. So um, I knew I can read Spanish and understand when I read. So I used some. Um, but I find when I travel, as much
So
as I want to speak the language, they want to
Okay.
speak English to me because they want to practice their English.
Uh-huh. I know.
So like I live in Thailand now and I want to speak Thai to them, but they want to
Wow.
speak English to me because they want to practice their English with an English speaker. So it's difficult. But I know a little Spanish. I know a little.
Okay, so you can read and you can write the Spanish, but you are
So
not the best at speaking Spanish.
so I can read it, understand it, and speak it. But if somebody spoke a lot of Spanish at me, I would have no idea what they said. Um, so I couldn't have a conversation in Spanish.
Wow.
But if somebody wrote something down in Spanish, I would understand enough to make out what it meant so that I could say it in Spanish. And things like, because I learned a little bit of Spanish, so say for English people with chicken, it looks like
Mhm.
polo. So they'll say polo because that's what it looks like. But I know in Spanish it's pollo. So I know
Pollo.
the little, yeah. So I know how little bits about the pronunciation, which means that I can speak it better. But yeah, not the best, but I do okay. It was enough to get by, definitely.
Okay, it's where the Spanish from for you? It's
Sorry?
where? Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
You
I did Spanish at school, but the problem is the way they teach you is like useless information. So they'll tell you to ask people where the library is. Like when am I ever going to ask someone where the library is? That's just never going to happen. They don't teach you conversation like we're having now. So that's the shame with learning a language in school.
yeah, not all the people in Mexico speak English.
That's true. So
Hmm.
in Oaxaca, less people spoke English, but
Wow.
in Sayulita, everyone spoke English. Um, Tulum, Cancun, everyone spoke English. But in Mexico City, a lot of people did not speak English.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
yes.
in the beaches it's very common
Hmm.
with waitress. What is the name for people who helps with your bags with your
Um, like
how called
there's lots of different names for it. So in some places you would say like a bellboy. That could be um, a word that some people would use. Other time it could be a steward, um, or a bellhop. There's lots of different
bellboy,
names. Yeah, bellboy sometimes. Yeah, so they tend to speak very good English.
bellboy, cookers,
Yeah, so like chefs.
chef, uh-huh,
Hmm.
chef, waitress, uh, receptionist,
Definitely.
uh-huh. That's it's like it's how do you say when you need to know the language is I can't find the word.
So
Is
it would
is
be like
required.
a requirement. Yes, exactly. So
Hmm.
yeah, for receptionists, especially in hotels, they will require people to speak English so that they can greet every guest who arrives at the
Yeah,
hotel.
the English is like the official the official
Hmm.
word in the world,
Yeah,
the official language in the world.
it is definitely. It is.
Yeah.
So, what have you got planned for Christmas? Your Christmas tree behind you looks fantastic.
Thank you so
so,
much.
so what do you have planned for Christmas?
We will go with our family in
Mhm.
Hidalgo.
Mhm.
We are living. I am living here with my wife and my
Mhm.
pets. We're working in this city, but for Christmas we will go to Hidalgo with our
Mhm.
parents. Where my parents and my mother-in-law,
Mhm.
and we will have a small petting party.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a family dinner.
Yeah.
Mhm. For Christmas and for End Year.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. So, what sort of food will you have at the family dinner? So, like, what are you looking forward to?
It depends.
Hmm.
It depends the family.
Yeah.
We could to eat tamales. Maybe do you
Mm-hmm.
know
Yes. Yeah. I love
tamales or
tamales.
chicken, carnitas,
Mm-hmm.
carne asada.
Yeah.
It what's the name for that in English?
For carne asada.
Uh huh. But
So,
you know what I mean. So that's
yes.
cool.
So we would we would actually just call it carne asada normally, to be honest.
Okay.
Just if I went to a restaurant, it would it would be listed as carne asada. So we wouldn't translate it, but the translation is literally grilled
Mm-hmm.
sliced meat. That's that's what it translates to. So grilled sliced meat. So it sounds much better saying carne asada.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends the family, but usually we choose between that options.
Hmm.
And how do you
Sounds
think, or what do you think about the Mexican food?
so. I love pastor tacos al pastor. I could eat every day. I love them.
We
Um,
ate today.
yeah, they're the best. It it was very different to what I expected because in England when we have Mexican food, it's like Tex-Mex, so like
Okay,
American Mexican.
okay, I got it.
So I was expecting because when I have Mexican food, that's what I eat. I thought it would be like that. Um, I really loved it, but I found the corn tortillas very filling. So I eat two and I'm like, oh my God, I can't eat anymore. Whereas in the UK, we usually use the flour tortillas. So they are much lighter than the corn tortillas.
Okay,
But
that's amazing.
I love all the salsas and um, like mango or pineapple and habanero salsa. Oh my God, I loved. Um, and uh, obviously, I love guacamole. You know, I eat that
Mhm.
all the time. So yeah, but I could not. So let me ask you: Do you drink? Let me. Do you drink micheladas?
Mhm.
See, I don't. I couldn't. I really wanted to like them, but I couldn't. I couldn't like them. Um, and I also think in the 4 months I was in Mexico, I have never drank so much tequila in my
Okay.
entire life. Like
Wow.
every day, every day. Where we um where we stayed in Sayulita, it was a combo. So you'd get a beer and a shot of tequila for 80 pesos. So it was
80
very, very cheap.
pesos.
Yeah. So that was very, very cheap. Um,
It's very cheap.
but I prefer mezcal to tequila now.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Because in
I never. How do you say? I never test or what's the word?
I never,
Mezcal.
you never tasted mezcal.
Uh huh.
Okay. Because yeah, in England we have really bad tequila, like really terrible tequila. So being in Mexico and trying
But
nice
it's
tequila.
from there. Uh, It's from
It
the tequila in England.
it it is. It's just really bad, cheap, horrible
Okay.
stuff. So in Mexico, a lot of people will sip their tequila. We just have to shoot straight down because it tastes so bad. So you just have to knock it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Guadalajara? Tequila,
Yes,
Jalisco.
I went to Guadalajara. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were going to go to tequila, but um, the day we wanted to go, we could not find anywhere to stay. So we only had a short period of time to go. And there was nowhere available to stay. But driving from Sayulita to Guadalajara, we saw all the tequila fields with all the plants, and it was so beautiful.
Do you know too many things about Mexico? I think.
I don't know very much.
Puedes meter mi computadora?
But yeah,
Sí,
uh,
ya.
my favorite place that I went to was and I'm not going to say it because I will get it wrong.
Ron?
So I won't say it because I'll
Okay.
say it wrong.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That was incredible.
I never been there, but I want.
Hmm.
We want to go there.
Yeah, it was it was amazing, very very beautiful, and now it is much quieter because of
Okay.
COVID. So although there were lots of people, I think compared to normal, it was very, very quiet because
I
less
was,
tourists.
yeah, I was born in that state,
Oh,
not in that
really?
place. Yeah, not in
Yeah.
that place, because Grutas de Tolantongo, it's a place from Hidalgo, and Hidalgo is the state
Hmm.
where I was born.
Oh, fantastic.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So we went from Mexico City. So it was a very long
Hmm.
drive from Mexico
Okay.
City.
How
But
many hours?
I think it was four, 4 or 5 hour drive. Um, but it was worth it because when we got there, um, we saw the the pools, and then you went into like a steam cave, which was insane. And then
Wow.
you go into like a cave, and there's um, like a hole in the top with water just rushing down constantly, like a waterfall. So it was very very cool. Yeah, definitely glad I did that for one of the days we were there.
Wow.
But my favorite days in Mexico, we did like 3 or 4.
And do you have friends in Mexico?
Yes, so I do have some friends there now. So hopefully we will go back. Um, when we were in Sayulita, it was the baseball season, so we became very good friends with the Sayulita baseball team. So they were called the Hybos. So we're very good friends with the Hybos from Sayulita. We speak to them all the time.
What's mean Sayolita?
So Sayulita was a town that we stayed in, which is close
Okay.
to Puerto Vallarta,
Okay.
and
Okay.
yeah, it was their baseball season. So we would
Mhm.
go and watch the local team every week. Um, all the abuelas loved us. They were all shouting and saying, "You have to come every week." So we would go. The mayor of the town would buy us all beers. They called us Gringo Hill because there were so many. There were so many of us. But yeah, we're still very good friends with all the guys on the team. So we speak to them all the time.
Wow. And what of what city? What city from England are
Sorry.
you? Yeah, where are you from?
So,
I mean the city.
so I'm from Manchester in England.
Manchester.
Hmm.
Okay, I
Yes,
remember.
yes. So
So do you like soccer?
I, so my dad was a very big supporter of Manchester United. So growing up,
Okay.
I had to be because
Mm-hmm.
he would watch it all the time, and it was something for us to have in common and to talk about. Um, Now I watch the important games, so if it is an important match, I will watch it. But I don't I don't care that much. I I I I used to live very close to Old Trafford, so the United Stadium, and I used to hate when they played matches because it was very difficult for me to get home because there were so many supporters.
Okay. I hear some noise in your microphone.
I'm not sure. It might be one of my roommates has just come back in through the gates, so maybe the gates has just opened. That's why.
Okay.
Yes. So, when do you travel to Hidalgo?
When?
Yeah.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
In 2 days.
It feels very odd that Christmas is in like 3 days. I feel it shouldn't be yet. I feel like it's not time for Christmas yet.
Wow. Uh, Question.
Hmm.
Uh, why Thailand?
The weather is much better than in England.
Okay.
And it is much cheaper to live here as well. So I can um, have a very good quality of life here for a lot
Mm-hmm.
less than it would cost me in the UK. Um, and also, I can work less as a result as well. So because of the fact it's cheaper to live here, I can work less, so I can enjoy my days more. You know, I'm not working 8 9 hours. At the moment, I do like 5 a day, and then I've got the rest of the day to go to the beach, to see friends. You know, there's much many more options here.
And how is the weather right now?
So right now it's a little bit cloudy, which is annoying, but it's about 28 degrees outside, so it's still very hot.
Yeah.
Compare that to England, it's 0 degrees in England
Wow.
right now, so it's much better. It's
Yeah.
much better weather. And I think in England it's only going to get to about 3 today, whereas here it says it's going to get to about 30. So much better.
So you will stay only for um 1 month, 2 months?
So I have been here for 2 months already. I will say one more month, then go back to England for a visit to see family and friends, and then come back to Thailand in February. So
Okay.
I will come back soon. Yes.
Okay. And when you come here again?
Uh, Hopefully next like July maybe we'll speak to our friends and see when everyone will be there and go back when all of our friends are there again.
Wow.
Yeah. So our time is almost up, so I don't want to get cut off. But thank you so much for booking with me today. I do really appreciate it, and hopefully we can talk again in the future.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meet you.
Fantastic, you too, and I hope you have a good Christmas with your family.
Thank you so much, and I will schedule another call with you in the future.
Brilliant. I'll send over my schedule so we can get something arranged.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.